So we are back with another 3-2-1 Automate, and this week we have document management. We're going to hit the basics. So Joni, let's get this rolling. Couple seconds. Give me a broad overview of document management.
Document management is basically the management of documents.
That was weak, but
I know.
my little drum fingers are,
You tried.
yeah.
Oh, let's see. Well, it's true. I mean, it really is. But I guess in its most simple form, it's a central repository for all paper and electronic documents, giving you better access, control, security over your business's information.
Pretty good answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so expand on like tracking and storing, controlling, all of that good stuff. What do you mean by that?
We can watch what you do.
Well, really.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
in this day and time, I mean, security is
Yeah.
a big deal, right? And being able to know what people are accessing, when they access it, and what they're doing with it is
It's important.
a plus.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, so little competition here.
oh,
Whoever can give me the most benefits of document management wins. Go.
disaster recovery,
Audit trail.
streamlined search,
What?
streamlined search.
Okay. Yes.
More
Yes.
efficient searching,
Okay.
faster searching, better able to do it. These are like 3 and 4 times.
Oh my goodness, those don't count. Okay, OCR,
What is that?
optical character recognition.
What
You
is-
can
what-
search by any word in the document.
Ooh, that's pretty
See?
cool.
On
Security.
the spot. Security, disaster recovery.
I already gave
You
that
said
one.
that one? Shit.
Yes. This is the problem. You're trying to do all my answers. I'm winning. Centralized repository. So-
I mean, did you see that?
Terry coming in with an
Yes.
answer. Okay, so expand
Okay.
on some of these.
Sure.
Terry won, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me? Thank you out there.
So, okay, so talk about a little bit of a few of the benefits. Just give me a little more info.
Well, I think we should, when we talk about central repository, we kind of hit on it already, but being able to put everything into one location is great. Right now we have Quicken, QuickBooks,
Yeah.
accounting systems, they all have document management mixed in with them, and that's great, but where do I put all of my HR? Where do I put all of my
Right.
safety? Where do I put all of my other documents?
Yep.
So having that one spot for all of that's great.
Yep, I love that. Just better access. I mean, you can access it from remotely, which I mean,
Yep.
It's
You could have it in the
pretty-
cloud.
right, you can have it in the
could
cloud.
be in the cloud, or it could be
Yep.
on premise.
right?
That's up to you.
Yep. And the searchally, I'm not sure what term we used for that, or what term you used
it
for
was-
that, because I'm
it-
sure
yeah,
it was yours.
it was
You
my
wouldn't let
idea.
me say anything. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite benefits, because I mean, like I always tell people, right now when you file something, you have to know where you put it, right? So, but in a document management system, you just have to know what you're looking for because everything's filed by a type of a document.
Yeah.
So instead of me going, where did I put that invoice? I just know I go in and I'm looking for an invoice and I type in the criteria I need and I get it like that.
Yeah.
So I love that feature.
A stat. More than 70% of today's businesses would fail within 3 weeks if they suffered a catastrophic loss of paper-based records due to fire or flood.
It's very true.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't realize it, but all we have done in society is create these great modern computer systems so that they can print more paper.
Right.
And then we put all of our stuff on paper and we put it in the filing cabinet or in the file room, and then we forget about it until something disastrous happens.
Right. Well, I just had someone call me the other day asking because they actually, one of their facilities had flooded and they lost everything in it. And they were like, we just can't do that.
Right.
We have 100-year-old documents that have got to be saved. And so they obviously would benefit from a document management system. So
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, this sounds really awesome, but it also sounds expensive.
No,
No?
it's not expensive.
No.
I mean, depending on your size, I mean, obviously everything gets more expensive the more users you have. But the thing is, a very small system can be a couple of $100, so it's not that expensive to start. The biggest thing is that the return on investment is great. So like we've never had one that hasn't returned on investment, no matter the size of it, within 18 months.
Yeah, year and a half.
Yeah. And a lot of times they'll do it in 6 months.
Right. Well, and you think about that company that called me that had the flood.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth.
That
Who
would-
knows how much it's
that
worth
return
to
would have
them,
happened
you know?
instantly.
It's kind of
had
like
they had it.
insurance in a sense, for your business. Because I mean, your documents are the core of what of your business.
Right.
So.
Okay. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. So, can I just, pull a Pinterest and like DIY this, save it as PDFs on my computer, and just
Absolutely.
save myself a couple pennies?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you sure can.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how we're going to do this. Let's say that we got to do math. Can you do math?
You're better at it.
Well, not really. Okay, but let's try to follow
Okay,
this. Okay.
okay.
So let's just say that 20 documents a month, right?
Right.
Times 12. How many is that? 240. Oh, I just wanted to show how much smarter I am than you.
Oh, well.
Okay.
That's easy to do.
Well, it's not really. So 240 documents,
Right.
okay? So I just want you to imagine how in the world could you find 240 documents if you needed to find one of those quickly? So
But yeah, to that point, I mean, I know it's not just numbers, because I mean, obviously, the larger the numbers, I mean, the harder it is to find your document.
Right.
But it's also, how are those being labeled?
right.
And where are you putting them, and how are you?
I'm
it's
burying them folder and folder and folder and folder.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
And so
You can't
finding
find
one document takes a little while.
Right.
But if I needed to find all of the documents for a particular year, that's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Document management, the searchability, as you called it, is much better.
Yeah, and you can do date ranges, and you can do certain criteria. You can dial down to the vendor, or whatever it is that you're looking for based on the index fields.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So, I mean, like, I can do it, but like, good luck.
Yeah.
right,
That's
pretty much.
pretty
Well, good
much.
luck. You'll just be calling us in about 2 or 3 years when you can't find any of your documents.
That's fair. So, is the system same for everybody? Like, I mean, you open up any kind of program and it's all going to be the exact same for everyone who uses it. Is this the same thing?
Yeah, so great question. So yes, to your point, it's going to look very familiar to everyone, and something that it makes me think of is that there's a lot of times there's turnover, right, in a business. So you have consistency of the filing of your documents. So if someone else has to replace me all of a sudden, it's pretty easy because they're looking for an invoice. They go to invoice. I mean, there's very little training that has to be done, and they have to file it the same way I filed it.
Right.
So,
So-
it keeps. I mean, that's
The
another
uniformity,
benefit that we didn't even.
yeah. Yeah,
that's something else we
uniformity
didn't
is
even
a
talk
big
about.
deal.
Right.
So the people that file in HR, the people in accounting file the same way. So that it's all using the same tool.
Yeah.
Would you
Any
like
final
to add
thoughts?
Any final thoughts?
This
Final
is the
thoughts.
time to
This
speak.
is the time. Well, I'm just an organization buff, and so for me,
Oh,
this just
freak.
okay, maybe freak.
Oh, well.
Maybe a little bit of a freak about it. I
Like
kind of like
anal
it.
retentive, it better be done this way or you're out of
Oh,
here.
I have a little flexibility, a little more than that, but I do love it, and so I think that this is it's so beneficial for businesses because I mean your organization saves the company time and money, and that's the bottom line.
It does.
I mean, that's the bottom line.
It does. And I think when you're talking about moving into the next generation of digitizing,
Yeah.
the biggest bang for your buck is document management. It's easy to implement
Yeah.
and not that expensive to handle.
Right.
Awesome. So, do you want to ask your famous question to wrap us up?
Yeah.
Ready?
Like 3, 2, 1 automate.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?